Welcome back, Truth Seeker. September 5th, 2019. The first NFL game of the 100th NFL season is complete, and the Packers, who were established August 11th, 1919, a little more than 100 years ago, defeated the Chicago Bears, one of two teams in the NFL who are playing in their 100th season. The other is the Arizona Cardinals, who once upon a time were the Chicago Cardinals. And notice the winning score tonight is 10-3. 10-3, low scoring game for the modern NFL. The over-under was at 46.5 points. And tonight's game was the 199th game between both teams. 199 is the 46th prime. Chicago in Gematria sums to 46. Remember, the Chicago Bears won their only Super Bowl with 46 points with the revolutionary 4-6 defense. So if you follow me on Patreon, you would have split tonight on the game because I favored the Bears, but I like the under. I did see the riddle for Rodgers, and we're going to talk about it, but I want you to see what this score at 10-3 is really all about. Bart Starr died May 26, 2019, and did a video on his death the day he died. From his death to this game was 103 days. Does that look like 10-3, the score? 10-3. 103 is the 27th prime number. Bears equals 27. So you get a 10-3 score 103 days from the death of Bart Starr. Now, consider Bart Starr also wore the number 15, and Aaron Rodgers is in his 15th NFL season. Another thing to think about. By the way, Jimmy Graham caught the only touchdown tonight. Thought he was a good option for fantasy. The game was 80 days from his jersey number, 80 days from his birthday, and he wears the number 80. So often when a player is the distance from their birthday that is their jersey number, they have a good game, as Jimmy Graham did have. Only touchdown of the game. And something that's real interesting about tonight's game is it's exactly 150 days from Super Bowl 54, or in Roman numerals, Super Bowl LIV. Notice the name of that Super Bowl is 150, like Green Bay Packers, which isn't too far off from 150, just lose the zero from the end. Bart Starr, number 15. Clear ritual to him tonight. And something I always tell my people is it's best to wait until game time to bet. And I tell them, if you see the announcing crew all say like, oh, one team's definitely going to win, which is what happened tonight. The entire announcing crew took the Bears to win, except for Mike Tirico, and Mike Tirico goes, oh man, I wanted to take the Bears too, but I want to get ahead of all of you guys this season, so I'm going to take the Packers. So essentially, even he agreed that the Bears would win, but he was like, just in case, I want to be the guy who's out in front. And I had to look at the beginning of the game to just see how many days it was from Mike Tirico's birthday. Just pay attention in sports. Almost any time the entire crew is in consensus that a team will win, they don't. They lose. And they do this to throw gamblers off. But, of course, from today's game to Mike Tirico's birthday is 100 days. And this was the first game of the 100th NFL season. And this truly is how scripted it all is. And just look at the game tonight. I mean, it's not hard to see why the game was such low scoring. I mean, plays that go for big gains all the time were called back all night by penalties. Zebras in control of the game. The head official, Behrendt, if you look at his stats, you can look up his stats on Pro Football Reference. When he officiates a game, the away team wins a lot more often than the home team. He's like the guy they send there to take a dump on the home team crowd. But yes, these games are completely fixed. Yes, they are completely ritualistic. Yes, they do murder people as ritual. Hello, Bart Starr this offseason. And just to show you a little bit about Bart Starr, he died at age 85. National Football League's 85. Headquarters of the NFL back in the day, Chicago. That's why Chicago won their only Super Bowl in the 85 season. Green Bay, Wisconsin's also 85. Bart Starr died in Birmingham. Birmingham's 58, the reflection at 85. Again, dead at age 85. Birmingham's also 58, like Freemasonry. Green Bay, Freemasonry got that overlap. Think about what Freemasonry symbol is. It's a capital G surrounded by instruments of geometry. Green Bay, G. Bart Starr died 137 days after his birthday. That's the 33rd prime. Big number with masonry. NFL has the 137 Gematria. G has the 33 Gematria. Again, 137, the 33rd prime. Masonry secrecy order. Sunday, the only day of the week that sums to 33. American football credited to the 33rd degree Scottish Rite Freemason Walter Camp. Camp 33. 47 degrees on the compass in tribute to the 47th problem of Euclid about how to establish foundation for a structure. The first Super Bowl season was the 47th season of the NFL. Packers won it over the Chiefs. Bart Starr, he died 77 days before the anniversary of the establishment of the Packers. Green Bay is 77. Green Bay is 77. And he died 112 days after the last Super Bowl, Super Bowl 112. He died 112 days before the Packers season opener. Again, we talked about all this May 26th, things to remember. That game will be on the 15th, Rodgers' 15th season, Bart Starr number 15. If you watch the game tonight, you might have noticed they stopped the clock at the end with 1:12 left. Not an accident. The day he died was a date with 43 numerology. Football's 43. It was a date with 25 numerology. Death's 25. He died 25 weeks after Aaron Rodgers' birthday. By the way, Rodgers, Green Bay, Bart Starr, they all sum to 41. So does Super Bowl. Both Super Bowl winning quarterbacks. Championship winning quarterbacks, I should say. Bart's 67, like blood sacrifice. 67 is the 19th prime. It's 2019. And from his death to the Super Bowl is 253 days. The National Football League equals 253. If you add 1 through 22 together, it equals 253. That means 253 is the 22nd triangular number. And think about the 22 men on the field. Think about the date of the Super Bowl. 2-2, the 33rd day of the year. And if you wondered why the score was at 3-7, 7-3 for the majority of the game till near the end, it's because Chicago's 37 and Packers is 73. It's all ritual. All ritual. Notice Aaron Rodgers had 137 yards passing at the half. Again, Bart Starr died 137 days after his birthday. Trubisky had 73 yards passing at the half. Rodgers had net 112 yards. Hello. Trubisky had net 64 yards. Soldier Field 64. And I'll show you one more thing that's funny. Talked about this today in the live stream before the game. Rodgers had a real good narrative to win tonight. I'll just tell you why you can pick games wrong with this knowledge. So, Matt Nagy, today's game was 134 days after his birthday. If he won, he would have become 13-4 in the regular season as a coach. He would have become 13-4 134 days after his birthday. Trubisky, he was going for his 16th career win 16 days after his birthday. Today had 53 date numerology. The Bears were going for their 53rd regular season win in Chicago against the Packers. They were also going for their 95th regular season win against the Packers all time on 9-5. With regards to that 53 date numerology, it's the 16th prime. Game was 16 days after Trubisky's birthday. He was going for his 16th win. So very strong riddle with the coach, the QB, and the team. More often than not, when a team has a riddle like that, they will win. And with regards to Rodgers, he had a good riddle to win as well. But with a win, he would become 45-46 away for his career. Bears is 45, Chicago's 46. That's exactly what he did. He also became 40-41 away in the regular season, not counting his playoff stats. TNF for Thursday Night Football equals 40-41. So Rodgers definitely had a riddle. We saw it. I just thought, the Bears, that trifecta with the coach, the QB, and the team was a little bit better. But at the same time, I said take the under 2. So if you took my advice, you would have just netted out tonight. And if you take my advice, typically you're up. But anyway, every night you observe with this knowledge, you see what's truly going on. This is the knowledge that allows you to see through the scripting and just how sick it is. And another video that I did in June of this year, let me see if I can pull this up here. Aaron Rodgers jersey. This should pull it up. Do you remember this story about a man in an Aaron Rodgers jersey? shooting a Wisconsin fire employee and killing him, and then J.J. Watt donated money to the victim's family. This story happened May 15th, right? May 15th. Check this out. May 15th is the 135th day of the year. You see that? 135. And that matters because the man was wearing an Aaron Rodgers jersey, who was the shooter, and Mitch Lundgaard is the man who was killed, whose name equals 135. Notice the small way, they're both 63. By the way, the Super Bowl's on Aaron Rodgers' 63rd day of his age this year, this coming season. He'll be 36 years old and on his 63rd day of his age. But think about this. This was a shooting riddle that was synced up with his game, as we'll get to. And think about who the Packers played tonight. Chicago, known for shootings. So we talked about this. This was on a date with 59 numerology, which is the 17th prime number. Rodgers got his 17th regular season win tonight against the Bears on a date that can be written 5/9. They blame this shooting on a black man, Negro slave, Blues 59. This happened in Appleton, Wisconsin, which has the 139 connection, like Green Bay, like Freemasonry. Wisconsin Packers shooting all 44. And from the shooting to tonight's game, 113 days. Scottish 113, like the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. They said the man, where do I have the story at? Must be down here further. They said the man, here it is right here. The man was 47 years old. The shooter was 47 years old. The police and fire department were supposedly trying to help him, and he ended up shooting at him. If you watch the video of it, you can see that it's a joke. But the shooting was May 15th, and then they released the body cam footage June 13th. Go back and look the story. From the day they released the body cam footage to the game today is 84 days. Green Bay Packers is 84, so was Masonry. J.J. Watt, 84, donated money to the victim's family. Of course, he played college there. He's from Wisconsin. And Green Bay and Houston, by the way, they're both 77. J.J. Watt for the Texans, Aaron Rodgers for the Packers. They met in the first game of the preseason this year, 88 days after the shooting, and the preseason game was on 8/8. See how they do it? News and sports. Ritual murder and sports. So, sick stuff, and the whole world needs to know about it. So, we'll leave it there, Truth Seeker. Till next time.